So I'm going to show you guys the Linux notes I have in the wiki. So first we'll look at the Linux essentials, then we'll go topic 2. Let's look at command line basics. And we'll look at the path environmental variable. If you're going to write your own bash script that can be a Linux command, you'll have to change this variable here. Let's see, command line syntax. Let's look at that. chmod. So if you want to change the permissions of a file, so you can put, u equals rwx, all kinds of good stuff there. And if you don't know what the sticky bit is, which I struggled to figure out for a little bit, you can read about it there. Restricted, deletion flag, or sticky bit. Topic 5. And then managing file permissions and ownership. So this one's really nice because it sits here and explains what all of these, and I'll show you what it is here in one of the ls commands. But the first group is owner, second group is groups, third group is others, and then owner name, So r equals 4, w equals 2, x equals 1, and then if you add them up, that gives you permissions. And so these numbers, if you use Linux a bit, you'll know what this all is. But so if I go to ls-l, you'll see down here where it has like an rw, or this one that says drwx. So the first 3 digits or spaces will equal a number, right? So rwx, that'd be a 7 when they're all added up. Now ls-a won't show you the permissions that are on that file, but it will show you any hidden files, right? So anything with a dot in front of it's hidden. ch-own. So that's how you can change the group. Here's how you can change the owner of a file. Linux admin. Let's look at 104. Control mounting and unmounting file systems. And then the etcfs tab. So this one, I went through the pains of breaking it all down what each thing is. So when you're editing that file, also all the different options, because you actually have quite a few different options, and a little bit more detail about which each one is. So something I like to do for my notes is I just like to have exactly what I need without having to have the whole story. So if I'm working with Ubuntu, I just have them all here. So what I need to do to browse the files on a network, you gotta type in the SMB, the server name, You need to install that, so that's an article. RDP to Ubuntu, which is very crucial. So I have the article there, but I also wrote out the steps and how to get XRDP. Snap, I don't know too much about it, but I'm learning. So SSH into Ubuntu, you can't do it as root, but once you're in, you can become root. And then here's just some notes. Check if it's running. There's a firewall, check that. And then that's how you connect to it. If you need to find the version, there's a couple different ways you can do it. Another note on Snap. And then, of course, I got Plex running on my Ubuntu computer, so there's an article there on how to update it. Another one that I have to use for work is CentOS. So here's quite a bit of things on CentOS. Something like clean space. So you can run this command from this awesome guy's website. But if that ever goes down, you can just go through all these steps, which is good times. And then, of course, yum clean all. Get a little bit more for that. All right. Let's see, so what else? If you got to SSH into that, there's a firewall D issue. A couple different ways you can check the version of that CentOS. You can check that firewall D. Of course, down here, yum complete transaction. So there's just a bit. Pretty helpful for work. And now people are coming to bug me, so now I got to stop it.